Hello. How we doing? Can you believe it's already Tuesday again? It amazes me how fast the week goes. Ooh, there we go. Maybe. I don't know. I'm going to take, I have a little napkin, a nice clean fabric napkin. Let's see. Maybe it's just the screen. Let's try that. I don't know. I always feel like I'm so blurry. I'm going to log on over here. I see Romola and Stephanie and Gail's already in the chat. Gail, are you home? And feel like I'm gonna sneeze. I just blew my nose. Now I'm gonna sneeze. Fantastic. Get over here. Excuse me. Right? There you go. All clean. Well, hi, Miss Cherry. So sorry about that silliness with emails not going through. All the packages went out. Everything is up to date, out, shipped, all the things. Hi, Delbert, proud American. Good to see you. Yay, Gail is back in Colorado. That's awesome. So, she was out gallivanting around at a Barbie convention. Thank you. I appreciate the bless you. You know, I try and do all of that before I turn on the stream, but apparently I induced that one. So funny. How is that? This is that new thing. I haven't seen it in my chat before. There's Kristen. Yay, Kristen's back with us tonight. If you're really good, Kristen, you can get the #1 crown from Delbert at this point in your modding this evening. So how is everyone? It has been, I didn't think it was too hot today, but I wasn't out running around too much. So it was comfortable as far as I was concerned. And it had a little rain last night. Looked like it might rain a little bit tonight. Helps cool it all down. Hi, Jason. Thank you for meeting up with Jeff. I appreciate that. Doing the little meetup up in Denver when I couldn't get away from the booth at the Midsummer's Festival in Highlands Ranch on Sunday. Yeah, well, yeah, I can imagine, Stephanie. See, that's why I don't do that kind of stuff. I just prefer not to. Mom and I, the hardest work we did was work over the map, working at seeing which direction and how to get to the places we want to go to on our trip coming up. So, oh, look there. Stephanie gets a crown too. This is new to me. If you guys, I've seen it a few other chats. I'm just assuming it is in regards to the number of comments that are made in the chat. If I'm mistaken, please let me know. Oh goodness, you're on page 80 and you still hadn't done it. Yeah, and I told Jeff, here's my phone. Steven. Ooh. Kristen and Jason are supposed to figure out where to get here. And that park that we were at for the Midsummer's Festival. So my lodge sold lefts at the Midsummer's Festival up in Denver. And it was like on a hill with very weird parking situations. So I was like, just keep my phone, go find him, and meet up and do all the things. And I'll stand here and sling and make lefsa. So, but anyway, we got her done. So sorry to have missed you, but I know you were working, I was working. The boys got to say hey, and off we went. So I'm going to blow my nose super fast because now I feel like I'm going to sniff the whole time. Give me 1 second. It's not like there's a whole bunch of stuff going around, but you know, I just prefer not to do that on camera. You know, thank you for the moment. Privacy. Appreciate it. So, for anybody who's new here, hi, I'm Becky, Vintagevikingtreasures. I am in Colorado Springs, Colorado. I shop all the places, all the things, looking for treasures constantly. Thanks, Steph. And, trying to find the good stuff for everybody. I especially like to have and look for glass and say mid-mod, mid-century, vintage, and Scandinavian items. That's what I specialize in. I do shows throughout the country. I don't have anything out of state for July or August. Both of those shows are right here in Colorado. One in Loveland, coming up in about 2 weeks, and one in Colorado Springs in the middle of August. 2 weeks. Goodness sakes. I think it's on the 12th I go up there. I guess that's a little less than 2 weeks. So I will need to do some rearranging, get all my antiques in order and fill up the van. And, that'll be here before we know it, honestly. So I do online sales here on YouTube. That's where I am. Almost said Facebook. And I use PayPal for invoicing. I use Pirate Ship for shipping estimates. And I try and get shipping invoices out within 2 days, 48 hours of my lives. I ask you to try and pay them within 48 hours, and therefore I get them shipped out within 48 hours. I do know that I was a little bit late on getting things out this last weekend because people had paid on Friday. But I guess if we consider them business days, I didn't, because they got out yesterday. We were in Canyon City for our friend's son wedding, and that was really fun to go and do, but that was hot over there. Quite warm, and it was an outdoor wedding. So nice rosy pink cheeks from that. And then Jeff's like, oh, let's just stay, and then we can go shopping at the antique stores that are in Florence, Colorado. And apparently, new to my information, is they just became classified as the antique capital of America. So they put in for it whoever decides all that stuff. So it's their new marker that they get to put out for their city and all their stores and stuff. And it has to do with the number of antique stores and the amount of population in their town for them to be classified that direction. I'm not quite sure all the ratio and everything, but they got it. So that was kind of fun to hear from a couple of vendors that I have had booths at before, been friends with it, moved down there, all the different things, got to see some people that I haven't seen in a while, probably almost 2 years. So we got to snoop down there. I do have a few things. The rest, I think I have finally pulled together the rest of what came home with me from my Ohio trip, and then whatever else was lingering from shopping in between getting home and getting to you guys and the tail end before I left. So I'm really getting down to clearing out all the bags and stuff for that. And I have what I have out. It doesn't feel like a ton, but it's what we have left to go through. Hi, Miss Kathy. How are you doing tonight? Good to see you. Thank you for the reminder on the thumbs up. All of the things that help with the interactions of the algorithms are comments, during the live, after the live, the thumbs up, subscription, I'll sub, all those things. Hit the reminder bell. I do have a couple of longer videos that I need to finish editing. I have one in the middle of the editor right now, and then it's actually much shorter than I thought it would be. However, it's not short enough for short. So I've done all my shorts, all my reels that I could do, and all those things. So been working on getting that all cleared up and everybody getting stuff out onto the platforms. So where was I in Ohio? We were at, so we did a show in Marietta, Ohio, which is right on the border of West Virginia and Ohio. So we were back and forth between Williamstown, Marietta, and Williamstown, right there. And then we went up north to the Holiday Antique Show, which was like Cansfield. No, all of a sudden I have fans blowing on me because it's warm. This is like the one room in the house that doesn't get any circulation. So I have a fan here and a fan here, and I think I'm just talking too much. But that's what I get to do with you guys tonight. So no sick for me. Thank you. So yeah, we went up to Canfield for the Antique Holiday Fair, or whatever they called it. And then we drove home, kind of a kitty corner down diagonal into Indiana, back into St. Louis, and back across I-70. And that was the end of May. We've been home a whole month since now it is July, which is amazing. So that's where we're all caught up to. I have in all sorts of assortments for tonight. I have nothing in any particular category. I do have a lot of glass because that's what I've been looking for. And I guess we'll just see what pops up to clear off the space for writing, and we'll just go from there and see what everybody likes tonight. You know, as always, you guys get first dibs before it goes to my booth and or my inventory for an in-person show. It was a fun trip, but it was colder than we expected. And it's always a lot of work to do those shows. So we did 2 shows in 3 weeks, but had a lot of fun on the way home because we got to stop at some things along the way that we don't normally have time to when we have to get somewhere. So Miss Kristen is back in the chat tonight. She is on the mod squad this evening. Kim says she will pop in when she is done with her meeting tonight and come and say hi and hello. And let's see, what else? Do I have any other things I need to tell you guys how I run things? If you have any questions, throw them in the chat. You know the answer, Kristen knows the answer, I know the answer. We'll all answer you and we'll get everything cleared up and figure out what is going on. Right? I'm so glad to have Kristen back. We need to get you all caught up. We need to get you an assistant. That's what I think. We need an assistant so you can, you know, come spend more time with us on Whatnot and YouTube. That would be awesome. And now here I am choking on air. So, on that note, are we ready to roll? Are we ready to? I don't know how much room I have. I have been unloading and all the things. And let's think about this for just a second. I'm going to put this over here. Maybe we'll have a spot over there for that later. Okay. Midge is here. Yay. Good to see you, Miss Midge. All right. I have 5 of these available. These are a rust colored exterior of the Pyrex mugs. They are not the infamous D handles. They will be, let's do $4 choice. I have 5 available. Let me see if I can get you the, there we go. We can see the shot of the print on the bottom. The milk glass with the rust colored, you know, the colorization that they put on the mixing bowls and all that kind of stuff to match the dishes, all those things. I don't know what color or what pattern this would have gone with because I hadn't seen this in a long time. Maybe with there's a pattern that has browns and blacks, and or there's like a Terra something pattern that's got like stripes in those colorway as well. So I have 5 total available, and they will be $4 choice. They are all in pretty good condition. You know, there's a little bit of scuffing occasionally, like that little, I think that is a piece. Well, that's the question. If you spend a lot of time, we might determine that it is not, it's just something stuck to it versus it being a scratch. Let's see, like here, like where it's rounded, that's where it has some wear. Hi, Geneva. Good to see you tonight. Welcome in. There's a little bit here. So where the edge of the cups themselves sticks out, that is where the wear is on these items. Hi, Sherry. Welcome in. And do they say anything else? I was trying to not get all the magnifying devices out at once, but Pyrex microwave. No, micro. Oh, it does say microwave. Microwave safe. These are not as old. Well, 80s maybe. No stovetop. And then it says Ohio Corning. Something else. Boiler? No boiler? I don't know. And then a number. It's real hard to see that on the white on white. There's the number, I presume, of the size of this piece. So, all right. I needed a box, but I don't have one. So we're going to start a spot. Okay. I need 6 hands. There we go. All right. Pyrex to the side. Make sure it doesn't fall off the box. And we'll move on to the next item. Here we go. Now, this one, I have no clue who made it. I can't tell you. You know, there's so much of these things mass produced. There's no pontil here. I assume that it is underneath the stem. It is a pumpkin gourd, a nice sized piece. It is quite tall. We'll break out the ruler for this one. 8.5 inches tall. Approximately 6.5 inches across. Now, I'm assuming that this is a mass-produced piece. We had just had a a sharing of information at our Colorado Depression Glass Club. What did you do to me, Kathy? It's like I can't talk all of a sudden. I would probably put about 18 to 24 on this in my booth. So I can start it at 15 here, because I know Kristen needs that information. So one of our local gals who collects fruit, she brought out a whole bunch of different kinds of styles and said, you know, these are the ones that I know are Viking. These are the ones that I know are Blinko, and on down the line. I think there is, since it became so popular, the glass pumpkins, the glass apples, all those things, then they started to be mass produced. So a lot of places, the home decor places, Hobby Lobby, all of them started producing them. Fun shape. Thought it was a reasonable price, because even the small ones I've been seeing at Hobby Lobby have been $15 to $20. So went ahead and picked this one up. And if it doesn't ship, it will go in my booth for fall, which, wow, that needs to start in like August, I think. You start putting out Christmas in September, so I'm going to have Halloween out even earlier. Wow. Well, those mugs and that'll go all nice together. I guess that's part of what I've been thinking about as I've been looking at things, because that was what crossed my mind when I found this towel. And this will be a $4 start. Brand new, nice, crisp kitchen towel. Has like chili peppers in the design. And I was trying to remember if it had, yes, here we go. KD Designs, and has that nice little diagonal tag, so it can be hung on a hook or just over the edge of a stove handle. That's what I'm trying to say. But yellows, oranges, I think it's more of a red, but then within the yellow, it looks that orangey red color. We have, it's pretty standard size. Tell you what, 19 by 27, 26. I have been really watching the towel section, because The kitchen towels have been crazy. The new ones, even at Walmart, have been $6 and $8 a piece. I was looking for some for a wedding present, and I thought this is nuts. Remember when they used to be $2 a piece, $1 a piece? So I'm going to pick up anything that's nice and pretty that goes with any of the holidays. And then I have a new shirt. It's slippery material, so I keep feeling like it's going everywhere. My seatbelt like slides and it keeps catching on my neck. I'm like, not my favorite right now. But you know, it's a new shirt. I like it. It's almost a little Hawaiian print. This one was in one of my reels and shorts that I put out recently. This is, if you haven't seen it, a Van Brigle piece, which is made here in Colorado Springs. Anna is the name of one of the original owners and founders of Van Brigle. This is just a simple ewer or pitcher with the white to brown glaze. I did a whole little description quick about the company and stuff like that. If you want to go check it out on either YouTube and or Instagram. The signature is attributed to the 1960s. So this is basically somewhere between, it was listed somewhere between $25 and $35. I can start that here for you guys at $20 if anyone is interested. It is 7.5 inches tall and about, I'd say 3.5 at the widest, from the back of the handle to the tip of the spout. Even though this was a Colorado Springs company, you would think it'd be easier to find here in this home state. However, it got taken as a souvenir all over this country. Speaking of which, I just found a Van Brigle lamp, now that I say that, and it is in a box that did not get unloaded from this weekend. So I guess that'll be one of the ones that comes around another time. I can't remember much about it, honestly, but I like to be able to bring it back to Colorado just because it's a Colorado Springs company. There's, when it's a hometown thing. Yeah. Even in the antique stores here, unless someone has like a whole shelf full of it and has really tried to get a collection of it, it's not everywhere. I see it out and about more than I see it here in town. So fun thing to find. And because I've been around it, I know what the color is to look for. So when I saw this one on the shelf, I'm like, oh, I know what that is. Even with the sticker covering the most of the marking, I knew what it was when I pulled it off the shelf. And have a little, not bad. That's part of the glaze. Definitely those colors of the 60s. I wonder if that's in there. I tried to unload a bunch of things, so I wasn't doing a lot of paper for you tonight. Oh, Miss Gail is on it. She is on the pitcher. My Van Brigle. And all right, Kristen's going to count her down unless anyone else is interested. Jump in there. Oh, that's a fun one, too. If you've been around and you know me, I do try and pick up anything that I think is kind of fun for being in the booth, which means like some stuff for kids, souvenir kind of things. I know a lot of people, tourists, like to come through. I mean, I like to go through when I'm at places through the antique booth. And if I can pick up a souvenir for less than the shop down the way, and if it's something vintage, I'd rather have that. So that's one of the things I like to look for as well. I like to find a lot of little kids items, because I also want to encourage kids to be able to come in my booth and not worry about touching things and breaking things, even though I do have a lot of glass in there. That's just what happens sometimes it's no big deal, but I'd rather they come in, touch it, feel it, know what it's like, get excited about it, and not have, you know, they don't really have to worry about being in trouble in my booth. So a small Z. A friend found a small Z. Did it? Did it? Did it send before you put the word in? Miss Marilyn, hi. Good to see you tonight. Thank you, Kristen. That's for you, Gail. All right, next up I have a miniature. And this is a ceramic figure, excuse me, of a mantle clock. Got really good color in the greens with the blues, a nice little floral. It is forever set at approximately $3.30, I would say. Start this one at $4. It is marked on the bottom, occupied Japan, and then the H Kato. So that really gives us the time frame and the age of this piece. There's another little, is that a, would that be a floral? I don't know what that design is on the sides, honestly, but it's more burgundy than the roses. This little guy is about 2.5 inches wide, about 1 3/4 inches tall, and about 3/4 inches, oh, maybe even an inch deep with a floral design on it. There you go. Kristen is on it. So, or if you have a dollhouse or miniature house, you can put it on a fireplace mantle or on a buffet in the dining room. That would be really cute too. All right, Bonnie is in at $4 on the mini clock. Thank you, Miss Bonnie. Bonnie. I was thinking to myself, but we have a trip planned towards the end of the month, and I'll have to think about that as to how I'm going to combine invoices for that coming up, but that's far enough away. I don't have to worry about it right now. All right, counting her down for Bonnie. Thank you. Oh, nice. Oh, I see what you're saying. A small Van Brigle night lamp. Oh, neat. $3. That's a steal. That's a great price. Those are the ones you're like, okay, time to go. Start the car. I'm done looking. It's almost how I was with this. I found a couple of really fun things in Florence. I think we only went in about 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 or 7 antique stores. Found some fun stuff. Mummy Rummy, brand new in the box. $3 start. It's probably a $8 to $10 game. It has all these matching cards. I made sure and counted. We have everything that's supposed to be in here. And like it shows on the back, you're matching up the pieces of the antiquities, or what do we want to call this? Like the treasures that they found in the tombs of the Egyptian tombs. It's kind of like a memory game. So it has the sarcophagus on that side, and then it has each of the different pieces on this side, full color, and all the cards are there. And then there's a section back here where it's got like a split card that you're going to match the pieces together. Like there's that cat. Let's see, I'll put it this way. Like this is going to match like that. Oh, well, there, yeah, like that. So I haven't read all the rules. I just made sure all the cards were there. They're that nice wax or slippery finished cards. So they're not going to stick together. And this was a Parents' Choice Award and a National Parenting Award for this game as well. I'm assuming because we have some educational factor involved and all that stuff. So not very big of a box. About 4 by 6, 5 by 6 of a box. All right. Oh, that's going to be over there. Okay, this one I thought was really kind of fun. This will be a start at $6, please. It is enamel birdhouse trinket box. Now, I would say this is new, which relatively new, right? Because even though it is a newer production, on the bottom it says copyright 2000. So it's 25 years old, which puts it right there on the edge of vintage. All rights reserved, Empress Arts Limited, designed in the USA. So it means it was produced in another country and then brought back here to be sold for this company. Now we have, you can see the enamel all over the little birdhouse. You can see the edges of the metal where it would sit on there, and then here's the top. So it's like a little trinket box. And then the fun little design. Did I say? I did say a start, I think. I thought I said 6. It's got the little hearts on the bottom. And there's the copyright date right there, 2000, which really surprised me. I thought, wow, I would have thought this would have been, I was surprised, number 1, to see a copyright date, and number 2, for it to be 25 years ago. I would have thought it'd be a little bit newer than that. Oh, sorry, no worries. I tried to make sure that my Wi-Fi was off. Come on back. Oh, sure. Now I did it on accidentally on purpose. Yeah, let me know if I totally freeze up, because I did turn off my Wi-Fi because it kept blipping on me when I was on with Steven last time. So, all right. So it's heavy. It's also heavier than I would assume would be for like something that was recently made. That was why I didn't think it was new. But 25 years old surprised me. All right, Mom's in there at $6. Oh, just so we know, it is approximately 4 inches tall and about 2 by 2 on the base, which means yay big. Counting that down for Mom. Oh, shoot. Birdhouse. All right. Do that. Keep all those pieces together. Perfect. Thank you so much. Next up, Jeff asked me, he's like, why did you get this? He said, you're always telling me that flash stuff isn't what you really want. I said, yes, but this is a clear with a ruby flash, but it is a souvenir bell. It has a metal ringer inside. Do a $5 start. I got it because it says Robert, oh wow, Stewart, Stewart, 1912. I was like, I'm not going to leave it behind, even though it has a little bit of wear. I'm going to find it, or I can see it through. Where is it? A little bit of wear on the ruby flash right here. But because, well, hi there, Miss Helen. How are you doing tonight? 1912. This is 113 years ago. Someone got this as a souvenir. And that is why I went ahead and picked it up. I would hate for it to just end up chucked in a cart or in the landfill. There's a little bit of a scratch there as well. So if you have any Roberts in your life, or if you have a Robert Stewart in your life, I thought it was worth the pickup because of its age. It has a ring. I don't know if you can. It's got a nice ring to it. I'm hoping that mine doesn't have that noise dampening thing that Stevens did. 6.5 inches tall, about 3.5 inches across at the bottom. Good to see you, Miss Helen. How have you been? I know you've been coming and going and getting back into the swing of things with Miss Stephanie. But yep, that's the answer to my husband's question. Why did I pick that one up? All right, where do we want to go? Let's just keep going. All right, I have wooden animals. I got these for, they're like 2 and under kind of toys. I have an elephant, $1 each. I have an elephant, a giraffe, and a zebra. Any of those for $1 choice? Yes, I just, right. Had to save it. I did get into the last of the box of the glass that I had when I was with Steven last week. I have another toothpick. It is in like the emerald slag, $10 start. It has a inverted strawberry pattern. And I do not know what the maker of it is, but you can see like the slag. Oh, that's the, yeah, slag through there. You can see it in the base as well. So inverted means that the pattern goes into the glass instead of like sticking out, like embossed kind of a texture. Fenton did a lot of inverted strawberries, and so did, there's another one that did them. Maybe, I don't know if it was Westmoreland or another company, but this guy is approximately 3 inches across and about 2.5 inches tall. I do not see a manufacturer's mark, but it is a teal to a, let's see, you want to call it like a deep Christmas green. The reflection is really there. That might help give it a little bit more of a true colorway. It's got a little more blue in it that is showing up. Delbert is in at 10. Nope, Helen is in at 10. Got it. It is a really pretty little shape. Nice and smooth. So, all right, Miss Helen, have you in on the toothpick? That is the last of that particular box from this trip. But, you know, when we find all sorts of good stuff, we really always go back and check with vendors that are bringing in new stuff and try and stop there another time to see, since we like their stuff before, we want to encourage them to keep bringing stuff in and to keep filling up their booth. And so we always try and stop back at places that we have found some good stuff at. New England. Well, this one's going to make a trip back across the country. Oh, that'll be cool, Helen. Toothpick. And it is at 10. Oh, thank you so much, ma'am. Got it. Now, I try and pick up glass fruit wherever I go. Usually it's the bigger that are, you know, like paperweight kind of sizes. These are miniature, smaller. I would say more like ornament size, maybe. It gives you kind of an idea. The majority of these pieces are under 3 inches or just about 3.5 inches long. We can start them at $2 choice. I have 6 different varieties and they are all vegetables this time. I would assume that this one is, let's see. It's a lettuce of some sort. Cindy B, good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. It has a satin finish to it, and then the green on the leaves. Only one of them reacts under black light, and I'm sure you'll see it when I get to it. I have a little pea pod. Now this one does have, there's a little leaf here, but I believe there was a second one because it's a little sharp right there, but it doesn't visually look like something should be there. So we're going to be either, all right, so bok choy, that would be a good, Becky. Yes, that would be probably a better description. If Mama's in it too originally, then she's getting first dibs currently, M. I was going to go through the choice. So if you want to be 3 or higher, that's where we're at. I have a small green pepper. It's probably the smallest of them all. It's under 2 inches. I have a corn on the cob. Corn on the cob. I have a corn on the cob. I have a ear of corn. And Am, good to see you in the chat. So it's got like the satin husk on the backside, and then it has the yellow ears of corn. And this is the one that lights up with a black light. I want to blow it out, but I think it might be just the colorization of this part here. I don't know if it was, I think it's applied versus being in the glass, but if you're looking for anything that glows under black light, the last two are a, what do we call this? An onion, chive. I'm not sure. I don't, oh, what are we doing? Why is my phone doing that? That's strange. So it has the greens on the end and the little roots. And then, of course, we have an eggplant, which obviously is for size, a pea. So that's a scallion. There we go. The eggplant does not glow. Imagine that. So, all right, we are in at, Mom's got choice on 4. See how many we can hold up. Corn, pepper, bok choy, lettuce, eggplant, pea pod, and scallion. Those are the choices. So, M, do you want to be in or out? And I don't think I have any other. Nope, that'll fall through. Don't need to drop them. Emma's going to be out, so we can count them down for Mom, and she can have the choice. I know. I'm like, well, I can't just leave one of them behind. I have to get the whole group. This one doesn't want to have like a spot. I don't want to drop it again. So, all right, she is in for all. So that is 6 times the money. Thank you so much. And we are at, that's the glass veggies. And she is at 4. Got it. Thank you so much. I'm going to find a good spot for those so they don't jump off my desk. There's a few roly-poly ones. I won't name names or anything, but there we go. All right, perfect. I'm going to leave that on here so I don't forget it. Let's see. I know there are several other sellers, collectors out there. They love these globes, and I don't usually see them. So I picked this one up. It's going to be a $12 start. It is a smaller metal bank. I will clean up that little residue for you. It does not have the stopper, but it says Globe Bank on the bottom. And it's a little bit wonky. It's, you know, it's not quite totally round. It's got a little bend there, but it's not, it's just been bumped a few times over its life. I was thinking that it could tell us what age by the it still says on the top by the name of the country. Let me finish my thought. So it does say the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. So whoever wants to Google that one, it does have a few little, you can see right there. It's, it's seen a few things. It's probably had a couple kids put their fortune in it. But like I said, usually I see these somewhere between $20 and $35 a piece. And probably because it has a few little dents and patina has a little life story, history. That's why I was able to get it at a good price. So, but like I said, missing the stopper. Deborah is in at 12. Does have a lot of nice color. I did see one spot I was going to show you too right here. For whatever reason, we have a little bit of wear on the paint right there in the Atlantic Ocean. Not sure why. I don't know why, but count it down. Thank you, Miss Deborah. Let's see, then we're going to say the globe. Have that at 12. I feel like that's a fair price for the condition. If I put it in my booth, I'd probably be up to 18 or so, but I think that's a good deal for everyone. Thank you, Miss Deborah. Appreciate it. Put that right next to Mom's veggies. Okay. Where are we going to go? All right. This guy really surprised me when I saw him on the shelf. I'm going to bring it up here and see if I knew he was something good. I didn't guess it myself. I did put it in Google because I was like, what is he? It's such a clear piece of glass, and we have a great, what do we call that? Like a bust sculpt. We have a cougar, a mountain lion. Speaking of which, that was my elementary school mascot, the Carver Cougars. And then when I searched it, I went, I went looking for the mark. I knew the mark was supposed to be on there somewhere. There is the mark. We see that acid etch right there in the corner. Turning it the right direction. It's really hard to see. This is a Swarovski piece. I don't know if it's rare because everybody who posted that I could find said rare, or if it's just because they hadn't been able to see it. When I was looking at what they were going for, somewhere between $50 to $60 is what people were asking for them. I would be more than willing to start him at $20. The top piece is like a satinized finish. And then in the back on the neck here, that is that nice and shiny. You can see all the way through to his eyes, and his eyes are shiny. And then right where the mouth and the nose are, it's still that shiny finish. But that beautiful block that it is mounted on, I guess would be what it is really clear. So I haven't seen them like this. I'm used to seeing Swarovski being something that has a faceted item to it, or a faceted crystal that they use, but I know they do other things, and this was a surprise when I looked this one up. So I can't really tell you how tall he is, just for grins and giggles. He's just under 4 inches, and the base is about 2 inches and about 1.5. I mean, it's about 2 by 2 at its widest. They are 2 different pieces of glass. You can tell that it has been mounted on this base, but kind of a fun little guy. It surprised me. So he is going to go right over here. No jumping off the shelf. None allowed. Well, no room over there. It's going to go over here. Got it. Perfect. Yeah, the look of the eyes being still the glossy is pretty cool. All right. We can do that and that and that. Just have a crazy amount of things all mixed together today. I have a porcelain lemon dish. $8 start. It's about 6 inches across and about an inch, little over an inch tall. Has an applied flower here on the handle. We have a mark. The later it gets, the tighter my eyes are. It says hand painted, made in Japan, with the 2 T's and 2 diamonds for the company. So we have peach and pale pink florals all around the plate. Nice spring into summer. Or if you like something like this to go on your wall, you can put a plate hanger on the back of it and hang it up in between some prints or things like that to get a little bit more of a 3D look to your gallery wall. That's what I was trying to say. I like the colorway of it. So that'll go. Do we have an orange? Where did I have that? There we go. Why is that doing that? My phone keeps turning itself off. So we have like the orange napkin that I put over here in my BTS pile to really pop the color. It would be really pretty to coordinate for spring. I don't know, could it go into fall? It might go into fall with the orange colors. I don't know. Still a little bit more pastel. Okay. Going over here. What? I have Christmas ornaments. Who knew? It's fun to see a lot of, I think, well, not fun. I think during some of the summer, like clean out, people tend to go through a lot of their seasonal stuff. And I have a choice on some Christmas ornaments here in a minute. This is a pair of polar bears. I believe they are made in Japan, but they do not have a sticker and they are not marked. But that is very reminiscent of the style. Going to say an $8 start for the pair. We have the little cub looking up, like where's mom? I think this might have had a third one originally. There's his eyes and his face. We have the white with the black airbrushing. They are hollow. You can see the dot right there. And the mom has more of a, it looks more of like a very faint blue on the back. If I can show that to give her some depth. These are little guys. Definitely miniature shelf. 2 inches, barely over 2 inches long, about an inch and a quarter tall, and just about an inch and a half wide because the nose sticks out from the backside. The little guy is about an inch and a quarter long, but 3/4 inches wide and an inch and a quarter tall. About yay big for that pair. Some people for vendor booth, they take a piece of cardboard or cardstock and then they glue the feet down on it to keep the critters from from getting lost from one another, first of all, and or then they don't hopefully then get tipped over and knocked and lose a leg or something like that. All right. Vintage Christmas ornament choice. It started at $3. Let me see. I don't see. I was looking for a marking on this guy and I don't see it. I'm guessing 80s. He's a solid resin panda bear, and he has a lantern and a scarf. Approximately 2¼ inches tall, and he has a little gold string for hanging him at that eyelet at the top. The other choice is this flocked lion. He is so cool. His body is flocked in that light brown, and then I think because of where he's made, this might be, well, this is a fur mane. It is very soft. I don't think it's a faux material, but here's his little face hiding in the mane. So it reminds me of like a miniature skife almost. Has a yellow ribbon. A red ribbon. Thank you, Stephanie, for hanging. And he has a sticker that says handwork, and then I can't even pronounce that, but it's from West Germany. And that will give you some definite age on this guy. So the era then of the box that I got these out of is all about that same kind of era. He has a very long, I wish that there had been more of these animals that were flocked in the bin, but I only found this one. He is almost 3 inches long, 2 inches tall, and about, with his mane, almost 1.5 to 2 inches wide, depending on how fluffy that gets. So we have Stephanie in on the choice. Thank you so much. We're at 3 each, and you can let me know what you'd like. If you need the panda bear and or the lion or both. He's even got little details on his toes. You can see his little toes airbrushed on there. You got it, Miss Stephanie, ×2. Lion and panda. And they're going to need a bag. They don't get separated. So the vegetables with you. This goes with our mountain lion, so that doesn't get lost. All right. Thank you. The next ornaments would like to start at $5. He is, I think he's a little bit, he's older, 50s. Very kitschy, super cute. He has a dancing snowman, similar to the Santas of the same era. He is a blow mold style, so he is a hollow plastic. These little red, I would say they're meant to be like earmuffs, but there's not much there to start with. He has a little black hat. There's his little face that's been airbrushed on, and in his black boots. You can see that he is hollow with the top for the gold little hanger. About yay big, which means, 2.5 inches, almost 3 inches tall with that hook on the top. He is about 2 inches wide and about 1.5 inches deep. He may, I don't think so, but I think I've seen where they've had them where they were picks. I mean, obviously he has the hook for the ornament, but it's possible that they might have made them in several different ways and or sizes in this same kind of look to do different crafts and such with. So he's going in the Christmas pile. Christmas. You got it, little snowman. That I'm going to wait because I have something that needs to go with it. I know we're all over the place on holidays. Well, as long as we're at it, let's go to Easter or spring. Oh, you'll take him, Miss Carol? You got it. He's a cutie. I wish he was flocked, but Alas, he is not. Glowy girl. Snowman ornaments. Perfect. Sorry, you don't get to go to the cold section. Perfect. There we go. And hello. Thanks for popping in tonight. This one is spring or Easter, whatever we want to call it. She's got a little basket. Looks like with flowers or eggs in it. I believe this is a hobby piece. There's no marking. And it looks from the glaze to be one of those that where you painted it and then fired on the colors. Just one little bitty chick with her little Easter bonnet or spring bonnet, 2 inches tall, 1 inch by barely over an inch the other direction. Well done, in my opinion. I wouldn't be able to paint her that well. She would be a $3 start. She has her little wing has no damage. Her toes have no damage. Her tail has no damage. And where are the other toes? The little toes are over here. That really surprised me for floating around in a little holiday box. And the brim of her hat is good. The glaze is intact everywhere. Why? Why? My phone keeps going dim. And I don't know why it's doing that. So, we're hooked up. We got a live stream going. It's not like it's not interacting. But there we go. One little chick. I don't know where she is. Over here. $4 start. Actually, do a $3 start. Made in Japan. Ceramic windmill style little creamer. I'm guessing probably they probably had a creamer, sugar, teapot kind of style and or something for a souvenir style that was made. Look, they have the tree all the way up the spout. Nice little brick wall. And then the handle kind of looks like the trunk of the tree and like a wood grain. It is 4 inches wide, 3 inches across, and just under 3 inches tall. I would imagine this was Dutch and or where would they have? It was probably sent somewhere over in Holland, stuff like that for a souvenir. I don't know. Marilyn is in for 3. Thank you, Miss Marilyn. Because I'm thinking I'm trying to do all the mental math. I'm like, I probably only put 4 or 5 on it in my booth. So it has to be less than that for you guys here. Marilyn R. This is the windmill pitcher. And you're at 3, counting her down. Thank you, ma'am. Pull a few things over closer while we do that. That's going to save that. It's that. That can go there. Then I have to find the other piece too. Little chick doesn't have a home. There we go. Perfect. Thank you, Marilyn. Back to a fun thing to have in my booth for kids. This is the Klutz brand books. These were great when my kids were growing up. This will be a $5 start. This is originally a $12.99 book. It's in like brand new condition. It is a trivia game along with the book. So you get to earn points as you go or to your answers or whatever. I'm not quite sure. I haven't read all the directions again. See how many you get right. So yeah, so it's got questions for each one and then you answer them over here by moving the cars. And something like, what's the most common broken bone? Choices are the cranium, the clavicle, the thumb, or the ankle. Then we have to go find the answer page to tell us where would the answer for that? Here you go, Kathy. It's a new way to find your trivia questions. Where do I find the answers now that I've asked the question? Oh my goodness. Oh, there it is. It's on the backside. Perfect. That's real easy to see. Carol says clavicle. Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner. The clavicle. It's your collarbone. It connects to your shoulder, to your breastbone. When you fall or reach out your arms, if you fall, when you reach out your arms to catch yourself, the weight can break it. So it gives you an explanation of the answer along with the for the reasoning of the answer. It's got a lot of different categories. We have space, we have science, we have sharks, bugs, animals, history, muscles. So a whole bunch of fun little things. It's a great road trip book to keep people busy in the car. It's kind of fun. And it has all the pieces then, connected. So you don't have to worry about losing anything while you're driving. All right, over there, trivia. Okay, we're jumping to yeah, I know. I'm like, where's the answers? Where's Google when you need it, Kathy? Oh my goodness. I have another hobby piece. I love this guy. I think he is adorable. NW is the hobby piece person who painted this, I believe. I would like to start him at $12. I would probably put him somewhere between 18 to 25 in my booth because currently his music box is out of juice. But I think I can get a replacement one. Oh, Marilyn's in on the book. You got it, Marilyn. We'll get you on the book. Thank you. We'll write it down while you look at spider alert. Sorry, didn't think about that. Road trip, $5, Marilyn. You got it. So here's how he was painted. Here is the mark underneath, right there. So this is raw, the greenware. And this is his cute little face. I mean, I think he's adorable. He kind of reminds me of Jiminy Cricket a little bit. They put a little ribbons to look like a feather in his hat. So it could probably fit a votive in there. I used to have one right here on my fingertip. I still have it. Ooh, I have a votive. Look at how cute he would be with a votive. So you could do that, or underneath this pom-pom is one of those little squeeze-it music boxes, so you can leave it on the shelf or whatever, and you go by and you squish it. And what he had was the funeral procession music box. So we can either replace that, or you can use it to be like a little votive holder. But I thought he was really cute, had a lot of personality. He is approximately 9 inches. Those legs that look kind of like fingers almost. By which direction and numbers do we have? He is almost 7 inches, and that makes him a little over about 3.5 inches tall. He reminds me of the little bunny rabbits and the pumpkins that have like the anthropomorphic faces on them that were available in the 80s for the hobby ceramic stores to do. So that's why I picked him up. I'm not a big spider fan. I'm kind of coming around to Halloween a little bit more. I don't know why, but when they're cute like that, again, they need to be rescued. So that's what happens. Okay, kind of another funny, silly one for me. It's not a big, I left it in the bag. It is a troll Lego, and I think is that Poppy? So she's playing her little banjo on this little cart that's being pulled by a crab. This would be a $7 start. I put it all back together to make sure all the pieces were there. There's a few extra pieces of the little bitty ones in there, so you can change out like if you have extra eyes for the crab. And then she has different pieces that can go on the antennas of the crab between hearts and music notes. And then there's this little piece right here on her headband that can be traded out for different heart designs as well. Oh, yeah. Jenny, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a big spider. I kind of like the pumpkins more. Like the pumpkin scarecrows even. I think those are kind of fun. So he just got in my bag. That's what happened. It'd be good for the booth. I mean, if all else fails, I always like to have a good variety of holiday stuff in the booth. So, oh, and then all those little extra pieces are in this little trunk on the back side of her cart for interchanging all of her different parts and accessories. I haven't put out Legos yet at my booth. I'm not sure how I will do that. Probably something like this, but a little bit more solid of a bag, and go from there. Hey, Miss Kim. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, Halloween is getting crazy. I tell you what. They're already starting to put it out in some stores. We'll have Summerween, I guess is the new term that's been coming out in, some of it was out in June. I mean, Hallmark used to put out Christmas ornaments in July, I think, when they would premiere them for the keepsakes ornaments. I don't know. I'm not the marketing person. I don't have all the expertise in that. So, all right, I have a big one. Right, it would be cute. It'd be cute with a little flickering light or a black light in it too. Marilyn, okay, let us know what you want to do on that one. I'll start describing this one, and this will probably be, I'll probably do a $12 start here. It would be somewhere between 15 to 24 at my booth or to show. It is a glass bake, bunt style shape pan. I say pan loosely because in my mind pans are metal, but so let's see where, oh, are you on? You're on for the Legos? You got it. Now, Miss Marilyn, probably some of the pieces are going to, I'll have to lay her down flat, but they're all there. I'll make sure they're all zipped up nice and tight, but they'll probably not be exactly where they're supposed to be, but all the directions are in there to fix it. That is the whole point, right? So Lego troll. Seeing as a troll, I couldn't. So many things are just not allowed to stay where they are. 7 for Maryland. It's kind of like a puzzle. Some people like to take it all apart and do it themselves anyway, but I wanted to make sure all the pieces were there. So thank you. All right. So let me find the other thing I wanted to say about this. I think I said $12 start. It says patent with a patent number on it, but with it's got a texture on the back side of the glass, so it's really hard to read. You can see glass bake over here. Queen Anne glass bake. And then it says registered US patent number with patent office. And then on the top, it's got a patent number and then saying, yeah, the same patent thing again. So it almost looks like that is open, but it is solid all the way across the top. Does not have a hole through it. There's a little texture on the glass right here. And as I was feeling around the edge, there is a little bit of roughness right here. on the edge of the pan. It is almost 9 inches across and 2.5 inches deep. Now this is probably close to 1.5 pounds of glass. So I understand if you don't want to have that one shipped. But first dibs, you guys got it. All right, I'm going to something a little more new and kind of fun gifts. You have somebody who loves tea. This is one of those, there's that company Fred. Yeah. Says it on his back. It's got an oval. This is $3 start. And he hangs out on the edge of a mug. Kind of like this. On the edge. You know, but inside. But he's a tea strainer. So he comes apart. You put the loose leaf tea in there. Put it back together. And he hangs out to steep the tea on the edge of the mug. I got him in plastic. I believe he has not been used and is new, but is missing his original box or whatever packaging. I've had things like Titanic ice cubes trays from Fred. They have they kind of have a lot of little puns and wordplay fun with their kitchen items. Stephanie is in on our little Fred tea guy. Okay, claim it for Miss Stephanie. Thank you. We'll go right there. Perfect. And then on that same note, while we're getting that one claimed, let me see who made this one. This is clever. Milkman Designs. This is new in package. It has never been opened. It's still sealed. This is called the Sauce Moto Dip Clip. So if you have somebody in your life who loves to, have fast food while they're driving or parked, after you get it and park, it is a little clip that attaches to your air vent to hold your dipping sauce. $3 start. So, as he says, filet sauce. It hits, kind of holds the kind of like the nugget sauce or the Chick-fil-A kind of size square ones or the square ketchups. It says, where did it say it on here? I just read it. It says #safe sauce. Share your meal, with a photo. Happy dipping. Securely hold sauce from Burger King, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Wendy's, KFC, Arby's, Jack in the Box, Dairy Queen, Popeyes, Sonic, Carl's Jr., Hardee's, Heinz, and more. And then here at the bottom it says, dip responsibly, don't dunk and drive. If you need a fun white elephant gift, I thought it was pretty clever. I actually thought it'd be kind of fun to have for Gail in my in my passenger seat, because she needs a little desk area to hold all the things, because everything's always sliding off of her lap. That's gonna go here. Those are the newer ones I had. All right. Let's go to, I have a couple more pieces of glass. I'll have a choice. These are going to start they need to start at 14, I believe. I showed the green color bunnies on a basket, on a nest, the miniature ones last week. These were in my other box. I have a choice of the cobalt iridized miniature bunny on basket. or I have the choice of the plain, regular, shiny cobalt miniature bunny on a nest. These are super cute. That nice, the miniature size, which is approximately 2.5 inches this way, about 2 inches wide on the nest, and height with the lid could be complicated. About 2.5 inches tall. This has got a great iridized finish. Now looking back, I'm like, how come I didn't buy more colors? How come I didn't buy more bunnies? But they might not have been. I guess these were the only ones I found when I was looking. Now I do know after talking with Stephen that they are marked McKee, but my understanding is that it has something to do with somebody else bought the molds when they had them poured. The understanding was they were going to take off the old mold mark because they weren't that company anymore. Excuse me. But something along those lines that they didn't get done on some of them. So I don't think they are poured by McKee, but it was a McKee mold at one time. And there are the two choices. So we got Midge in at 14. Anybody else want to be in? Just counting her down. The color I had last week was that like an opaque minty teal color. I tried to pick, I think I was trying to pick the brighter colors. Now I'm like, I should have picked all the colors because I love these little mini. I like the rabbits because they're different. I always see hens on nests, but I know there's people who collect just the hens as well. So, all right, Miss Midge, what would you like? We have cobalt and or iridized or both. You're at 14. Okay, some chapstick. Not quite as humid here. Warm enough to melt out my pocket though. The regular cobalt, the plain cobalt, not the iridized cobalt. This one. Okay. Anybody else? This one is available. Thank you, Midge. And what I did last time was put a rubber band around it so that they don't jump off the nest for me. Perfect. Cool beans. Here is, I have 2 more pieces tonight from that glass find. And this is a 3-footed shell shaped dish. It is in a topaz color in that bright yellow. What I don't know, yeah, it looks like it's all the way through the glass. It's not just a finish on it. And this shell can start at $12. I don't know who the maker is because there's no mark on the bottom. It's similar to the Cambridge style salts. They made them like a small little one. And then I think they made like a bigger bowl, but I'm bringing you guys glass deals. I'm not sitting and researching every single one of them. This guy is 4x4 and approximately 2 inches tall. From the bottom of the foot to the top here is 2 inches. And it is 4x4. And because it is super cool, it lights up that beautiful, I think it's more of the cadmium colorway versus the uranium. It's much more of an orangey yellow look under the black light, and this is the regular 365 versus the 395, but it lights up under both of them like crazy with a little bit of the cadmium. Cadmium. Come on, brain and lips, work together. It does have a little bit of a design texture. This is embossed, so that means it's coming out of the glass on the tips of the shell. So that's a really fun one. Thank you. I love how Kristen is so subtle. She's like typing it so I can re-say it because knee and me just are too rhymey in my brain. I always get it wrong. That's why I need my mods. Ooh, that's pretty neat. Oh my, okay. So that's going to go to the side over here. And this is the last piece I have out of that box. I don't even know. I was hoping I could, I just didn't go and research it all. It is a glass engine on a glass track. It pink in color. I can start this at $16 for the two pieces together. Now, at first, I thought when it was sitting, they had it sitting in like this, and I thought it might have been a butter dish. But when I picked it up, I saw that the track is on the top with the railroad ties and the rails. And then it says Union Pacific Railroad across both sides. And then the wheels is hollow underneath the train, and the wheels sit right over that track. So it doesn't fall off right to left. I mean, it's got a little give back and forth, but it fits right down between the railroad ties. And then there is that engine. It doesn't have any other markings on the engine. And I found one little chip. That's not great. But it's underneath right here under that wheel. And I do not believe that this has, no, there's no glow in this color glass. But so there is the glass train choice. I'm gonna set that right there with those guys. All right, cool. How are we doing, guys? We're working our way through it. I think we're doing pretty well. We're at about an hour and a half in. I usually go about 2 hours, give or take. Respect everybody's time, especially my mods and all of you for coming and hanging out with me. I mean, I could probably sit here. I'd sit here until I had to make a bathroom run. That's how long I could sit here. And that is debatable how long that is given on any given day. So as long as we're all good, we'll keep going and carry on. Thank you, Em. I appreciate it. I have a couple rocks in honor of my mother and her love of rocks. I picked up a choice. Oh, that's terrible. Can't hold them up that way. The choice will be $5 each. I let Mom pick the one she wanted first. I know that's favoritism, but you know, she's my mom. These are euperlites. So you find them in the UP along the shoreline of the Great Lakes. And how you find them is by taking your black light and shining it along all those pebbles along the shoreline. I let somebody else do it, and I just picked them out. So this is the 365. I had the 395 on it earlier. And you can see that there are portions of the stone that reflect or react under black light. They are polished. They're probably polished after the fact, after they were found. There's kind of a fun. This one's a little more flat. They're both about one by one by a half ish. This one's a little bit darker to start with, and a little more round or egg shaped. But a fun. If you have somebody who enjoys rocks in your life, these are pretty cool. If you want to search on YouTube, Yooperlite, which is YOOPERLITE. That is how they spell it. M is in at 5. Thank you. So you can pick Miss M. I know, Mom loves them. Anything to do with rocks, Mom loves, since she taught it for so long. I'm going to call this one dark and this one light. You want me to hit them with the black lights again? I can do that. And then do you want the darker one that's a little bit more round all the way around? Cool. Thank you, Miss M. I will put you down for that one. So the lighter one is available. Yuki rocks. 5, and we have M. Perfect. I'm going to put that over here. Well, if Denise were around, I bet you she would be interested. She loves her rocks too. Might have to save one of those for when I remember. Oh my goodness, you guys. Oh, when I remember to be on Miss Trisha's show in a couple weeks. Oh, cool. Well, I don't think Mom had okay, so Mom bought a different one. I don't remember if she bought one of these when we were up there, but I did also purchase when I do some more of my cullet earrings from Fenton, the drops. I got some beads to do some fun combinations with the Yooperlites and my Fenton cullet. So I'm going to put those in my craft pile. And we all know that that'll happen probably, right before the 12 days of Christmas. So, when I have 10 million things going on. Oh, that goes right back in the bag. Perfect. So that'll be fun to coordinate with some more Fenton glass beads and cullets. I also have I would call it a pendant stone. I don't know what else we would want to. And it is let's just see. What I want to say is the size is 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. I've identified this as Imperial Jasper or Aqua Terra Jasper. So it's a kind of jasper that's blue. It's got a really pretty aqua to teal colorway with the striations in it. It has been shaped into a heart, so it's flat on the back, and it has a little bit of the rounded edge on the front, and it is drilled for, say, a pendant. And I can start it at $8. Boy, it is highly polished, and the shine on it is crazy. And this is the back side. It's not as shiny on the back. You can see the reflection is nowhere near as much. It's still pretty polished, though. Really polished on the front. I think they usually measure these by millimeters, so I think it is somewhere between, say, 44 and 45 was the conversion that I found in terms of how they normally measure them for like jewelry purposes. And it's not a cabochon because that's an oval, but I think they called it more of like a heart pendant style. So, okie dokie. I had, because when I was first looking it up, they're like, oh, it's turquoise. I'm like, it is not turquoise. I mean, it's turquoise in color, but it is not, it's not turquoise. So, but pretty nonetheless. And that's going for something else. And then totally random, $3 start. It's a miniature Space Needle from Seattle. Here's the front of it. Seattle, USA. It is a metal souvenir. I believe it says Seattle on the one side, and then it says, what does it say on this side? Yeah, Space Needle on this side. Boy, and it is shiny, shiny metal. Little reproduction, which is just over 3 inches tall, barely 3/4 across. So it says made in China. So obviously a mass-produced little souvenir. But if you've been there and didn't get your souvenir, here it is. Miss Kathy. Right. That's why I was thinking it definitely wasn't a cabochon. You got it, Miss Kathy. Oh, all right. I see you. Kathy. Send to Trisha. And Space Needle. Perfect. You got it. Right. I have, yeah. Well, here's a cabochon. And I don't know what this one is, because this one has been popped out of wherever it was mounted, and I'm still trying to research it. But it's in that bag of all my rocks. So thank you, Miss Kathy. We did that. That's just that. Those are that. Okay. I have a choice. I believe these were either bases for a box, base for a I don't know. But they don't have lids. Whether they were supposed to or not, I don't know. It'd be $3 choice. So the first one I have is a pottery in a I would say pale pink. Almost got a little beigey pink colorway to the glaze. It looks like a miniature loaf pan. I think it had the term planter on it, but I don't know if it would be a planter or if it would be a loaf pan that maybe had a lid at one point. It is 4.5 wide or long, excuse me, 2.5 wide and about 1.75 inches tall. It does have a little bit of glaze missing right there on the corner. And the other choice is an amber box, very similar in size and shape. But I also think that this one should have had a lid. So like a jewelry box or a trinket box. But very pretty little amber and very, very slight reaction with the $3.95. Nothing with the $3.65. Just a little dust. The amber one is 3.5 by 2.5 and 1 5/8 tall. Again, great little things to put soap in on the side of a sink or on your dresser or on, for coins or keys. I do love having all these little dishes too. I started using a bunch of them because I enjoy them. So I like having them around to put little things in like that. As a matter of fact, I have one over where my keys go for like the little things that come out of my pocket. Like I have some charms and a stray button and stuff like that. That is a horseshoe with a little spot in it, in the middle of it, that holds all that. The little piddly things that come in the house with me that I don't want to lose. Right by my keys. Okay, I have a $4 start on a little owl. I'm like a little coin purse. It's fabric with the plastic eyes and a little felt. Yeah, it's got a little texture to it. It's a snap closure, flips up, opens up for little coins, trinkets, whatever. I don't think, does it have any? No tags inside. It is lined. So here's me pulling out the lining, looking for the tag, but there's nothing, no tag on it. So, and snaps just like that. That big, which means 4 by 3.5 and barely 1/4 inch thick. We have Bonnie in on the owl. Got you, Miss Bonnie. Thank you so much. Those are definitely going to the booth. Oh no, don't. Trisha's sign does not go with you. Trisha's sign stays over there. Cool beans. All the glass. Out of my way. And I have a little, I want ceramic. That's the word I want. Dog. He's going to be a $4 start. I'm thinking he's that Japan era because of his face and his features. He's all airbrushed. A little bit of sticker goo I have to take off there, but he has a little bow. So we have more detail on the eyes, the face of the bow, but the feet, the spots, the ears, and the top are all airbrushed on the color. It is hollow. There's no mark on the bottom, but it's kind of in that era of the Japan figures. A little bit bigger, not as fine a detail in the shape of it. Still a cute little guy. He is 3 inches tall by 1.5 by 2 1/4. 2 1/4, 3, 1.5. He does have a little blue mark on his forehead. He's not a shaker. I thought at first when I picked him up, he might have been a shaker, but no such luck. He is a single figurine. Now, I'm going to take a sip from the lag, or my lag, whichever the case may be. I have a nativity set. I know this is newer. I'm going to look at what it says on here. It says, we'll see, it's still new. I mean, 1988, 27, no, 37 years old. Lillian Vernon, made in China. Nativity set. It's the pressed, that lighter weight wood display for the nativity, and it opens up, and that's where you store all the pieces. Now, I'm going to say a $12 start, which probably is because it has a whole bunch of pieces. They come one on each side. We have the little donkey or horse, and he's packing some gifts. I mean, yeah. Deer, maybe? Another donkey or sheep. That's a donkey. We have 2 black sheep. 1, 2. Here's another white sheep. There's a little one with the little spots. A horse, a deer, I don't know. Here's baby Jesus in the manger, and another white sheep. So we're at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pieces so far. And the other side has the people. So we have the 3 kings. No, that's a shepherd. 3 kings. a red, a green, and looks like black. It might be navy, but I think it's black. It's hard to tell some of those dark colors. We have Mary and Joseph. And we have the shepherd. This little crook, rook, whatever the shepherd's thing is. All together. So all the pieces go inside the box, and then the lid closes for storage. I thought it was clever and a nice way to have everything just self-contained. And the way I don't know if it's even been taken out of the box because I just unwrapped that paper like it had never been opened before. So it's probably like a little puzzle to get all the pieces back in here to shut the door. But yeah, it's definitely doable because there's all the critters on the one side with the door shut. And let's get Mary, Joseph. Oh, the kings and stuff will go in here. Baby Jesus, can't forget him. Let's see. I see Mom in the chat. Mom and Deborah. Mom was in first, looks like. Here we go. Everybody's in. Everybody's shut. So it just had these two smaller pieces of like tissue that were keeping things from rattling around, and I would definitely do that to if it would be shipped. And there again is the, let's see if we can get that to, so it reads, Made in China, Lillian Vernon Company, 1988. And then the angel is attached in the top. The whole box itself is 8 inches wide, 8 inches tall, and 1.5 inches deep. This is only 1.5 inches. So I'll definitely get that all repacked up nicely for you. So this is the manger, not manger, nativity. Ooh-wee. Manger's in there. Mama's out, Deborah's in, counting it down. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Nativity. 14, last call. What's great is it has, you don't have to worry about, all the pieces are there. Always the worry is somebody's missing, especially Jesus. That's the one the kids like to pick up and move around. Now, I did have one more thing that I had on my table, but the piece got separated. So I was going to look and see if I had it in here. And if there's anything else super duper fantastic in the meantime, I will offer it up. Thank you, Miss Deborah. Like, I have a gnome. I have a gnome ornament. Remember those that came out of the Advent calendar? He's a $2 gnome ornament. If anyone wants to claim him. Oh, I have some plush. How are we doing, Kristen? Do we have time to do a few plushies at the end here tonight? I was going to see if I found for some reason, I'm missing the shakers to a set I wanted to show tonight. If I don't see it super quick, I will let it go and look for it for next time. And then you can tell me, Miss Kristen, if we have time to do a few plushies tonight for the grand finale. I have them sitting. They must have been in a different bag. Wonder where that went. What happens when I don't bring it all in at once? Sure? Okay. All right. We'll see what we can do. You're going to go over here. Let me grab just make a space for them because the plushes take over everything when I do them. Okay. Almost there. We've got one more handful. We'll make it. Here they are. We're all together now. Okay. All right. When it rains, it pours. And what I've been doing is I've just been setting the onesie twosies off to the side so I could do a group together for y'all. And I have a group. We'll just you got it, Em. I will put that down for you. Oh, you want to get it. You don't need to see it again. Okay, I misread it. Well, we missed you so much, Kristen. We don't want to go early, right? So the dip clip, and I think it was 4, if I'm not mistaken, Em. I believe. I'll just leave that sitting here. Perfect. It was 3. See? Kristen remembers. All right, I will try and get similar items to start with. You can throw in, since they'll all be the same kind of start, please give me a reference to help Kristen and I out as to which one it is you're claiming, because I'll try and, I don't need to sit and describe them indefinitely. We've been here before. $3 starts. I have a lion unicorn. He's got gold eyes. He is Thai. And his name is Ramsey. You give him a good shake, and he's got these spiky little colors that come out of his mane as well. So, $3 lion starts. This guy is an Aurora leopard. Again, I love some of these brands. Well, he needs a little help because I just put my finger in his seam and he needs a little stitch help. So unless you really want him for $2, I'm going to have to do a little emergency surgery on that little leopard guy. He'll go to the side. All right. That one's not it. I was trying to stay in the same price point for Kristen, so we all don't have to think as much. This will be a that one's closed. This one here. Okay, we're gonna go to $4 start. Again, an Aurora. This is the cat, a little white cat. She still has her hang tag and her tush tag. And they don't say anything as to like what they name these ones on their tush tag. So white cat, blue eyes, $4 start. $4 start. This one is with tags over the misty rainbow. Oh, Mom, did you want this one? This is Niagara Falls. The Maid of the Mist teddy bear in his signature blue poncho. $4 start. So that's a souvenir piece. He's kind of got sparkles in his fur. Mom and I have pictures just like this. Doesn't it look just like me and Mom being on the Maid of the Mist in our nice blue poncho? We're not nearly as wet as this. It was way wetter in that pictures we did. I think this one. That one goes over here. We're gonna do another. This will be a $4 start. This is a mammoth. Still has his tags. Came from Elephant Odyssey in San Diego Zoo. You know, I mean, these are probably $12 to $20 plush when you're getting them at parks like that. And on the back it says San Diego Zoo. That's the gray smaller mammoth. Then I have this gal. She'll be a $4 start. She is a little mermaid. She's got a nice long curly tail. She is also made by Aurora. Pink zebra stripes in her whole outfit. Her hair is actually in pretty good condition, and she has a pink crown. There's no, I thought she might have wire, but she's not posable. But she sits flat like this or on like a shelf. She could sit in a chair or a shelf. So that's the mermaid. Gonna go next. I'm gonna go backwards one little bit. The Squishmallow little ornament cat will be a $2 start. Snowflakes on the hat and the scarf. We have the tail and the ornament. It is a Squishmallow design. That'll be a $2 start. And then we have one more choice and a grand finale plush. We're gonna do $6 choice. I know now I'm just like all over the place. I'll do this. Let you catch up. These are $6 choice. This is a fantastic brand, Douglas. Cute little brown. Kind of reminds me of Spot. So I don't know what real kind of dog he is. Super great condition. Almost new, just no tags on him. He's a bigger size. And then the next choice is another Aurora at the $6 price point. You got it, Kristen. So we have the puppy by Douglas at $6. The next 6 one, oh gosh, it's so soft. This one might even be like in their baby line. Super Aurora, super soft little pig. It's got a little tail. Got a gray spot and a gray ear. More of like the sit-up kind of style, lovey, I guess would be, versus the more like looking like a real animal on all fours. Super great condition. A little bit of texture as well to the fleece or the plush on that one. And the last $6 choice is a bigger mammoth. Is a much woolier one. I'm guessing that it would also have been from the San Diego Zoo at one point, just because of I got them both at the same time. It just says mammoth, real animal, elephant. Oh, this one's distributed by Walmart or produced by Walmart. So, but I mean, I don't see woolly mammoths generally being out in the general vicinity at Walmart. So that's the other mammoth. And then the last choice I haven't looked it up. I'm gonna start it at 16. It's a jelly cat with a tag. The tag on the tush tag is a flamingo. Crazy haired flamingo. Crazy hair on the wings, all on the body, a little velour, nubby knees. Kind of sits on a shelf if you'd wish, if you like, on a spot with the legs, or on a bed with the legs hanging out. Great face though. Jelly cats are super popular. I don't know if it's because they're limited editions or they retire them that makes them so popular, but I mean, it's so cute. You gotta love them, kind of like trolls. So that is the last of the plush I have one I need to research because I want to make sure that I am telling you correctly about it. And I have one that's a vintage piece that's not the like the kids kind of plush. So that pretty much, I think we're really good right in there on all the things. I just need to find the salt shakers that go with the holder. It must be in another bag. I thought I got everything out of the car, but I might have missed one. You just never know. So if there's anything that we've passed that you're interested in, send me an email, vintagevikingtreasures@gmail.com. Put it in the comments. We'll get figure out how to get. It's easier if you email me though. If you're doing it in the comment of the video, I don't really have a way to contact you other than through email. Yeah, I think we got it. I think we're pretty much caught up. So kind of a grand accumulation of items. And you just never know what you're going to find out while you're thrifting, hunting, looking for treasures, out on the road, all the things. So the plan will be for me so far will be after everybody have a great 4th of July, first off, coming up this weekend, celebrating our country. I mean, if nothing else, we have a pretty great advantage of being able to live in a country that we have. So let's celebrate it and be proud of being able to be here and be Americans. And then I'll be back next Tuesday and see what I found for you in the next week or so. So thank you so much, Kristen. We're great to have you back. And thanks for everybody for hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate it so much. And see y'all soon. Good night, everybody.